Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, cause it's time for the After the Show podcast.
All right. Here we go. Bonus KVJ show on your Monday. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Bonus.
Yeah. Get back here from the weekend.
You want a bonus? You want a bonus?
It's gonna be Friday before you know it. We'll be here on Friday, cracking open some beers before you know it.
Yeah, it will be. And a crazy thing too, Thanksgiving is just right around the corner.
That's what I'm saying. We should have a let's do this thing kind of show on Friday.
I can make up some Thanksgiving in a cup if you need it.
Thanksgiving in a cup, that bullshit's coming back.
Right.
We gotta retire. That needs to go out with Name That Nut, dog.
And that's why it's coming back right there.
All right. You know what? Fuck it, I'm in.
The more you yell about Thanksgiving in the cup, the bigger your fucking cup gets.
All right, bring it on. I'm your canvas.
Okay, let me see. We got comments. We've got debates. We'd read an email on Friday about misconnections, and Fred and Stephanie said, I just heard you read the email about the listener that hates misconnections. OMG, no. This is the funniest part of the show. On Friday, I always have to note the time that it comes on. My wife and I listen to them over a drink, so please don't stop them. So, yeah, well, here's with KVJ, things come in and go out. We've had misconnections that have been on, and then it's not for a little while. We give it a little break, and then it comes back. And so, we got a lot of stuff like that.
We get sick of stuff, too.
Yeah.
We rotate in and out, so we try to let nothing get stale.
Yeah.
We get sick of stuff, like the dirt, although that sticks around for some reason.
Keep talking over there. Your Thanksgiving in a cup is getting bigger and bigger.
Oh, yeah, it's growing like a boner.
I'm going to come in here. Your Thanksgiving in a cup is going to be 32-ounce cup.
We had another column out here today. This is a special column out about our daughter tested Friday positive for COVID. I haven't seen them in a month. And she saw them on Halloween. I've been displaying symptoms for the past 4 days, and she is a frontline worker at a doctor's office, and they made her go into work at a doctor's office, and she went in. Mind you, she woke up not being able to smell today. Everybody at her job who has been around anyone who had it had gotten tested and wait to return to work, but no, not my wife. They made her go in and said she can work till she tests positive or negative. What?
Huh?
They are the same assholes who laid me off when COVID started. I just want them to know that they can go themselves. Yeah, they won't let me call the health department or anything. I'm not really positive what all that says, but...
Do you have to call them out email?
No,
because it was too confusing.
No, I don't. I'm not positive what that said. But,
It's shocking that anybody's work would want them to come to work sick in this day and age, because that's how it spreads through the workplace. But, all right. I wouldn't go. Even if they made me go, I would just say, you guys are crazy. I'm not coming in.
Well, that's kind of some of the stuff that is going on. Is it's still, we're in a place where you're just getting... People treat it differently, and it's confusing, and who knows what's going to happen as we see cases starting to rise again. We got this third wave that is going on.
I still thought we were on the first wave.
I know. I missed the second. I'm like, when was the second wave? Because I saw that Florida's entering the third. I'm like, when was the second?
Yeah, again, what's with all this shit?
Yeah. I'm kind of missing that. And then, Florida, we're just kind of different here. I mean, the governor's like, we are not going to be shutting down again. Some other states are. In fact, he's kind of doubling down. Florida is now going to let people take their relatives home from their assisted living facilities and nursing homes for the holidays. So if you want to, it's a take Granny home for Christmas
Wow.
promotion that's going on here. And if you don't have a grandma, you can just go in and take someone else's grandma home for Christmas.
I don't
Okay.
think you can.
I
Oh,
wouldn't
you
mind.
can?
I
Okay.
wouldn't mind getting like a holiday type grandma, just a grandma for the
Yeah, rent a granny.
rent a granny.
I mean, grandma's honestly kind
Holiday.
of
oh, granny, can I please have some of your famous apple pie?
having a cute grandma in the corner that's wrapped in tinsel does kind of make the holidays more festive.
And she's not actually your grandma, so if a couple eggnogs go a little too crazy, and
Yeah.
you know, and there's a little holiday jerk off.
What?
No, never mind. No,
What?
nothing.
What are we doing?
You jerked off on Grandma?
No,
What?
that's not what I. No.
I'm like, wait,
Oh
what?
my
What
God.
just happened? You're bringing someone else's grandma home? You're doing what?
Now you've gone too far.
What was that?
He stole a grandma from the senior center.
Yeah.
And then he jerked off on
That
her.
is not
Oh my
what.
god! I thought so too. I was
That's
like,
not what I
whoa.
meant.
That's what you said.
That's not what I meant. First of all, I'm not talking about stealing anyone's grandma. Why am I even digging myself even deeper?
Wow. That was
That's not what I meant.
something.
Well, she's going to have stories when she goes back to the senior center.
Oh my
You
goodness.
guys are making this way too dirty.
You're not going to believe this family that adopted me for the holidays.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's not.
They are disgusting.
I think the chat room thinks I am mental for saying.
So do we.
Yeah, I was like,
You
whoa.
just said you were going to.
No, I did not say I'm going to jerk off on. Those are your words. Just like the media, you twist it. I misspoke when Kevin was talking about the round. I better just back out.
Wow.
Somebody's getting all defensive.
Yeah.
I should probably leave.
That'd be very interesting.
I think what you described is a crime, just for the record.
No, if you had a rent a grandma and the whole thing was she was there to. She's not really your grandma. You rent her to be your holiday, but then if things get crazy, you and the grandma hook up with each other. Consensual.
Okay.
Look, it's not my best idea. He was talking about misconnections. It would do great in misconnections. I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's not what I want. All right, whatever.
You've been alone too long. If this is
Wow.
what gets you charged
Yeah.
up,
It doesn't get me charged up, dude.
we need to get you a titty to touch.
Titties come with problems.
There's a new viral trend on TikTok. There was a guy from New Jersey who tested positive for coronavirus, and he ate a raw onion just to prove that he really did lose his sense of taste.
Wow.
And so people were like, hey, look at me. Yeah, I can't do it.
That's interesting.
Is it possible he could be a good enough actor to where he acts like, oh, I can't taste anything, or eating a raw onion? That's tough to fake.
He could be, because I have seen, I mean, honestly, that was something, some of the trashy people in my hometown used to put mayonnaise on an onion and eat it. It was, I remember just sitting there just about ready to throw up
And
watching somebody do that. And they
not
enjoyed
all, Not all onions are created the same. Some you can eat like an apple, some you cannot.
it. Okay.
So some are more sweet, some are more spicy, some are more biting. And the older an onion gets, the more it loses its bite.
Yeah.
So you could actually eat an older onion and not have it like take you out.
Yeah.
You could also eat an onion covered in caramel, thinking that it's a caramel apple, and that will really sneak up on you.
Who would do that to somebody?
That's terrible.
It took me a minute to realize it was an onion.
We had a caramel apple eating competition, but we gave him an onion, and he was about 7 bites in before he realized.
When you don't realize you're eating an onion,
It
and
went-
then
yeah.
it finally kicks
It hits
in.
ya.
I felt like a
'Cause
vampire.
They sound the same as an apple when you're getting in there.
Well, it was a competition between me and Kevin, and
Speed.
Yeah, and the first minute. It's a great trick, though.
It is a great
Great
trick.
prank.
Yeah. The Mexican queen still can't smell. She's lost her sense of
Really?
smell. I'm wondering maybe I could make a viral video and just wave a turd under her nose and we could see if she reacts. Yeah, because it's amazing. Yeah, like nothing. She used to have a pretty good sniffer.
Huh.
And still nothing. We were talking a little bit about that, the lingering effects and how long they can last on Friday. We got a whole bunch of different texts that came in, too, that was really kind of crazy of people have lingering effects. They say as many as 20% of coronavirus survivors are still having symptoms months after the virus is gone. Anything from headaches to chronic fatigue, loss of smell, shortness of breath, neurological issues. Some of the texts that we got that I didn't even get to read on Friday. Somebody said, I'm a healthy 26-year-old female and COVID was horrible. I was really sick for over a month. I got every single symptom associated with it. My lasting effect is headaches that are so bad that every day I get nauseous and end up throwing up.
That sucks.
My parents and fiance got it at the same time as well, but nothing like what I had. And that's what's frustrating because it seems like we all should have the same strain, but you guys are fine, and every day I'm getting a headache and throwing up.
Different people get different COVID. It is weird, man, how it affects some people and it drops them to the ground, and then other people don't even know they have it until they go and test positive. They're like, oh my gosh, I have it. It's a shock.
Somebody else texted in and said, I lost my taste and smell consistently, and it's replaced with rotten smells.
Oh, boy.
I'm always tired and dehydrated. Headaches won't go away. Chest pains. I've heard that too. Like people either smell gas or they smell like rotting flesh or something like that. Just, can you imagine that's now your sense of smell? It's like a cruel joke. What is this damn thing? Somebody else said, my fiance and I, we got it in July. His case was bad. He was out for the count for 2 weeks, and I was sick for 2 full days. He still can't taste food the same. He says sometimes it tastes like the smell of bleach.
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
That'd be great for my diet. If every time I went to go eat something, it tasted like bleach.
Right.
Oh, I'd be so skinny.
Yeah, what's going on
That
here?
would be so terrible. When I lost my sense of taste for however long I had it, I was mentally struggling with that. I like to taste my food.
Yeah. They said my niece and nephew got it bad, 2 weeks sick. Their taste is still off. They describe their taste as metal. So when they taste food, it tastes like it's metal.
Heavy metal?
Yeah. That'd be crazy. Somebody said that my smell and taste does not work like it used to. I have a very bad chemical smell that sticks with me all day. Food items that I once loved no longer taste good. Candy, chocolate, and soda taste like dirt, and I can no longer eat peanut butter. It tastes horrible.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is sick.
That's nutty stuff.
If you loved peanut butter and now that's been taken from you, like,
Right.
I would be so sad.
If someone took away my number one favorite food, if pizza always tastes like horse manure, I'd be broken over that. That'd be tough.
It would be.
So imagine these people, and I think what's scary thing, I'm just wondering with the Queen, it's like, okay, how long are we talking here? I mean, when you're going on 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and you still are
Can't
having that
smell.
experience, and you hate chocolate and peanut butter, imagine if you were chowing down Reese's peanut butter cups every day and you just loved it, and now it tastes like dirt to you. That's like torture, isn't it? What kind of weird disease is this?
It really is like life-changing if you're a person that loves peanut butter.
Yeah.
It's very sad. I mean, the Reese's peanut butter cup is so joyful and wonderful.
Right.
And if you loved it and you were never able to love it again,
Denise sent an email about traveling with some of the COVID stuff, talking about Jamaica. I know Randy was saying when she gets back, she has to quarantine for 10 days. And she said, I know people who went to Jamaica for a funeral, and the minute you come from the United States, you're supposed to quarantine for 14 days. They flew into Jamaica, went to the funeral 2 days later, and during the funeral, agents came into the funeral and took them away and had them isolated. They ended up missing their flight, and they're currently still there. Jamaica is not playing around. Wow. So I wonder if Randy had to go in quarantine right away, or if they'll come and maybe when you're listening to the broadcast today at noon, they come and yank her off a deck chair and drag her into isolation.
I think if she is quarantining at the hotel, she's okay, right?
I don't know. I don't
think
know any of
those
this
people
stuff.
got in trouble because maybe they went to a funeral, a gathering with a bunch of people in one room.
Okay. Who knows? Yeah, so that's some crazy stuff. Yeah, so traveling is...
Randy did say it was a giant pain in the business because there was all kinds of hoops she had to jump through.
Giant pain in the business, the private business.
Yeah. She said it was very, very tricky. And she was, when I spoke to her tail end of last week, she was like, still like, oh my gosh, I don't even know if it's going to happen.
Wow.
Because that's how much trouble it was.
Yeah, because every place is handling it different. If you think that it's crazy from state to state here in America, you go to other countries and they're all doing it different. Doesn't seem like there's any standard globally or even domestically.
It's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to get leaving the country or trying to come back in.
Denise also said my friend was going there for her birthday, and you have to upload your COVID results online before you get to the airport. They didn't know that. Her and her boyfriend, when they got there, they showed them the hard copy of their COVID results, and they said, nah, that's not what we asked you to do, and you can't go.
Damn.
Yeah, they wouldn't even upload it for them. Jamaica's like, yeah, if you can't follow the instructions, we don't want you coming to our country.
Damn.
Dang. It's crazy stuff. Yeah, Terrorist was like, what's Kevin going to do when he goes to Mexico? I don't think we're going to go to Mexico for Thanksgiving. It just didn't.
Good.
Yeah, it didn't come through.
I didn't feel great about that trip.
Yeah, there's just so many things that are going on, and it started to
Lay
fall
low.
apart. Yeah.
Lay low.
I'm trying to still go to Oregon in December. I'd
Yeah.
like to go there, but I don't know how the traveling's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a bunch of bullshit.
I feel like you're safer in Oregon than Kevin was going to be in Mexico.
But people
But I'm
do.
still not completely.
People doing cocaine in Oregon. It's legal.
Wouldn't that be odd if that's the place where they decapitate him and throw him over a bridge?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I would be like, I didn't see that one coming.
No, you wouldn't think they do that kind of stuff in Oregon. Troy sent an email about traveling. Said, I'm a longtime listener. I listen to the podcast while I'm delivering for Amazon.
Oh.
Heard y'all talking about traveling alone, how it is better. I took a trip to Athens, Greece for work one year, and it was one of the best trips I've ever been on. I was working for a travel company, and one of the days I was there, they paid for me to go to Athens on a city tour of the Acropolis. Tour ended up at the Acropolis, and if you had the choice to go back on the bus or venture off on your own, I chose to go explore, and I walked through the old town, saw some more ruins and buildings that you wouldn't normally have seen, and it was really kind of cool. I went to a huge market, and if I didn't go alone, I don't think that I would have had the same experience. I'm a very talkative and outgoing person, enjoy speaking to people even though I don't know them. I think it's what made the trip more enjoyable.
I agree.
Sometimes you gotta be on your own. It's okay. I mean, you can have a really good time traveling by yourself.
That's why I loved that trip to Portland so much, because I was like walking around by myself, exploring, not having to do any kind of agenda.
Yeah.
Or do what the kids want, or this one wants to eat there. And no, it was all about what I wanted to do.
It also depends too on what's going on, where you're at, because I've done Oregon by myself, or I've explored by myself there, and then I did New Jersey, and holy shit, was New Jersey just pitiful. It was rough, man. It sucked.
Well, you were in an urban area, right, of New Jersey? You were in like a city.
I went all around. I went a good 35, 40 minutes north, south. I went all over that bitch for about 3 different days, and it got, I don't know. But I think the area that I was in wasn't awesome.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. The one thing I'll tell anybody, it really pays to do your research before you go anywhere and know where you're going. I had told you before, I use the Google Maps thing, and I sent that to a couple people, like different towns that I go to a lot, Atlanta, Savannah, all those kind of towns. I've got like all the market, like in Atlanta, I got 32 places pinned, from cool restaurants, bars, breweries, wineries, all that kind of stuff. And I know when I went to Jerusalem, that was the thing too, where know where you're going, know what you're doing, and know places to watch out. Like we went on our own one day, and it was great. I knew where to go, took us around. I was the tour guide. One time we took a gamble. We went through the back streets, the markets.
Some other guy recommended you take a gamble, not Kevin.
Yeah, no, another guy
You
was
listened
like,
to some Yahoo, and then you were
Yeah.
like trying not to start a fight with him. So you did what he said and regretted it.
Well, we had some places, that we went. I'm like, well, we are totally going to get knifed in this back alley. And I think it was probably part of the plan. Somehow we got out. But yeah, there are certain places are okay, and other places you just got to know your surroundings.
And trust your own gut. Don't let some Yahoo tell you where to go.
Stay away from back alleys, for one.
Amen.
Not a good plan, yeah. Well, we went from what looked like a well-lit staircase, and all of a sudden we're in a back alley. I'm like, oh, okay, wow, that took a turn.
Does anything good ever happen in a back alley?
No.
I don't think in the history of time.
Yeah. I'm definitely not making it back to the States alive.
In fact, if you find yourself in a back alley, just know you're about to get stabbed.
Got an email here from Alex. He said, hey, KVJ, need some advice for first-time visitors to Key Largo. What are the most do's and must-eats? We'd had a couple suggestions. I don't know that I've ever really hung in Key Largo much, but somebody had said there were a couple restaurants. In fact, honestly, if one of the easiest ways to just find out where you're going, the maps right there on the Google Maps, you can just kind of go to an area and hover. I'll do that often, and you can start looking because it'll show you all the little places, and then I kind of expand, and then you click on that, and you look on their websites. And if you like it, you drop a pin on that, and you're like, oh, let's go check it out, see what's going on.
If you like to fish, I found some really cool people that do a fishing charter down there. KeysAffordableFishing.com. They were so chill, so laid back, so fun.
I'm a cane pole kind of man, so I don't know if that works.
Mm-hmm.
Cane pole?
I'm a cane pole guy.
Nah, these guys are deep sea men.
No, okay. That's how you like your semen, deep.
But they were chill, they were fun, they were cool. Sometimes I've been on some boats and they're very stuffy and bossy and the boat's super fancy and no, I want more of a relaxed, fun, comfortable, a big boat, but a comfortable boat.
Yeah, you don't want somebody going, hey, stop messing with the steering wheel.
Yeah, just using the Google Maps and jumping in, there's a couple places I'm like, okay, if I didn't know, there's Snook's Bayside Restaurant and Grand Tiki Bar and Bayside Grill and Sunset Bar that look like they're, pretty much on the Gulf side.
But
right
the big thing there is the Penny Camp Coral Reef.
Okay.
That's what everybody that likes to snorkel goes to do. It's like a huge artificial reef. There's a wreckage with a plane that's below the surface, and they're saying it's the dive capital of the world. So
really?
That's the Penny Camp Reef State Park. That's one of the highlights of Key Largo.
Okay, yeah, Coral Reef State Park.
Cool. I'd love to go snorkeling with you, Mama.
I went my last time I was in the Keys when we stayed in Isla Mirada. We stayed at that Postcard Inn. It was a little expensive. My sister picked it, and I didn't want to look like a cheapskate and complain, but it was a little more than I wanted to spend. But we took some kayaks out, just a 30-minute ride to this little private Indian island. And then we snorkeled on the south side of the island. And it was so private and so cool.
I want to be face-to-face with a sheep's head or a snook.
There was so much fun fish to look at.
Mm-hmm. Snook?
I don't know. I wouldn't know a snook if he snuck in here.
Black line down the middle. Okay.
I just like when I'm in the water and there's a bunch of fish. That makes me happy.
I don't like when I'm in the water and I don't think there's any fish around me and then I feel something hit my leg. I don't like that.
If you're looking for a place in Key Largo, just got a suggestion from Ryan for the Key Largo Conch House. Sounds good. Love me some conch.
I'd rather go to the Bronx house.
Yeah, I could see you not liking conch at all.
Oh, conch.
Oh my gosh, you would be so mad if you had to eat conch.
Well, can you give me anything that's more aquatic than conch?
It's pretty aquatic.
It's very aquatic.
I can fry it.
No, it's just fried ocean.
Somebody said Snappers, also really good. Another place to go check out. And Fish House in Key Largo. That's some of the suggestions. So, yeah, that's what people were saying. You're looking for a place to go check out.
You want to hear a snapper joke?
I love snapper jokes.
Is this? It's obviously a vagina joke. Yeah,
obviously.
Of course it is.
5 guys and a girl go fishing. All she came back with was a red snapper.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Wait, say it again. Hold on.
Yeah, okay.
You didn't get it?
No, I don't think I listened to the first part.
5 guys and a girl went fishing, and all she came back with was a red snapper.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I got you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very vulgar.
Yeah, very.
I mean, that made my grandma thing look very innocent.
Your grandma's covered in semen, so.
That's not.
Oh, jeez.
Stop. First of all, it wasn't my grandma. I'm back.
Grandma towel.
There's no way a red snapper is worse than grandma covered in semen.
You are the one being descriptive. Of course, Nikki goes too far, like she always is. How did you do it for so long without me, Kev? I mean,
5 years, yeah.
You poor son of a bitch.
5 years. I got an email here from Ryan. He said, I learned that there are actually 3 different levels of ketchup. There's fancy, extra standard, and standard. And I wonder if the king of all sauce, Jaybird, could tell the difference. Did you know there were 3 levels of ketchup? I did not know.
I mean, yeah.
I just thought there were different recipes for how to make it, but there's like some standard of making ketchup. I don't think that's applicable.
Hunt's ketchup is the worst. Is that what they're talking about? Levels of ketchup?
Well, everybody's ketchup is going to be different. There's no standard recipe. Like, everything tastes a little bit different, right?
Exactly.
McDonald's ketchup is one way. Wendy's ketchup is another way. Bud's Chicken and Seafood is another. Like, everybody's ketchup tastes slightly different.
Whatever McDonald's does to their ketchup,
Sugar.
please email me. Let me know. But I feel like there's other things in there. I agree. There's sugar in there. But I think there's something else, a secret ingredient.
Ronald gives you a little something extra.
You need to stop talking about it. Stop sexualizing grandmas and Ronald.
Yeah, it says, according to the United States Department of Agriculture, the USDA, there are 3 grades of ketchup. A, which is the highest grade, it's called fancy. B, or extra standard, and C, just called standard. So that would be otherwise known as bullshit ketchup.
That's got to be Hunt's. When's the last time you guys have had Hunt's ketchup?
I don't like ketchup.
It is
No.
bullshit in a bottle, my friends.
I would never eat ketchup.
I'll tell you who's got a very good ketchup is French's. French's ketchup. It's delicious.
Yeah, I don't know where you get anything because, they talk about the different ones that are the fancy. Costco sells Hunt's fancy ketchup.
Well, now there's organic too, which is like $1 more.
Mm-hmm. But I guess it's the quality level. So probably the ones that you all know is going to be the fancy.
Yeah.
Heinz and all that. So it would be, you got a bunk ketchup.
What about cat soup? You ever seen that?
That's bullshit. We used to get, back in the day, we would get generic Winn-Dixie ketchup, and it was great. It was rough.
You're not doing any favors for your family by getting generic Winn-Dixie ketchup.
Oh, and then the generic kind would always have that pre-cum kind of ketchup. Like you squeeze it out, and it's just like the
Water.
the pre-ketchup. Ugh.
It's white, like pink water.
Yes, or you do that with mustard, and they have the little like mustard chunk flakes that fall out. I don't like it.
Fun little fact about ketchup that I didn't know is Heinz, for instance, they're grade A. They actually came around in 1869. I didn't know they're that old. 1869 for Heinz. They provide the ketchup, and they are grade A.
Yeah.
For Burger King, Sonic, Applebee's, Arby's, and Chick-fil-A.
So no McDonald's in there. You hear that?
They make their own.
Yeah, that's
Their
what it
logo's
says.
on those little packets.
Gosh, I wish they would sell McDonald's ketchup in. They're doing that now with other restaurants. People that have specialty restaurants, you're
Yeah.
starting to see it
I have seen
out
that.
in the grocery store, which is a great move.
Yeah, it says McDonald's makes their own ketchup. Each 10-gram packet has 10 calories, 2 grams of sugar, 2 grams of carbs, 90 milligrams of sodium. And they say Burger King's ketchup has 10 calories per packet. So it's the same as McDonald's. However, it contains 35 more milligrams of sodium per serving. So their ketchup is saltier than McDonald's.
You are making me want the bad stuff.
Well, today is your National Fast Food Day. Where will you celebrate?
I was supposed to start back on my diet today, but I don't know.
you are?
It feels kind of sacrilegious to do that on National Fast Food Day.
When you promoted it on the radio, you're kind of a hypocrite.
I was going to go back to eating some lentil soup today, Kev. But
Oh, you were? Nah, it's tough, huh?
I just don't know if I can ever go back to lentil soup.
You bought so much
I
of it.
had a lot of lentil soup in October.
You went lentil crazy?
Oh, I went mental for lentil.
You know this man of extremes over here? We went to Whole Foods, and he bought lentil soup for an army.
Oh, An Army, huh?
He's a man of extremes.
I can see Army's eating lentil soup.
I ate
He
all of
can't
it,
buy
though.
like 3 cans. He's got to buy like 18 cans.
I don't go to the fancy grocery store all the time. I only went with you. I'm going to Publix is as fancy as I get. We went to Whole Foods. That's some fancy shit for
I
a guy
know.
like me.
It was very fancy.
Did they cut the watermelon?
They do that at Publix.
I know, but it's very cubed and it's very big.
It's precise cuts.
Well, today, National Fast Food Day. I think it was on Saturday, was National Pickle Day. So the Pickle Squad giving a shout out there from Mama Duck.
Weren't you supposed to do a
the
little
chat room.
Kool-Aid pickle combination? I thought we were supposed to have. You're supposed to make Kool-Aid
Cool
pickle.
sickle.
Yeah, cool sickles.
Oh, I forgot to make Kool-Aid pickles.
Well, there's always tomorrow.
Okay, Annie.
I'd work out. Did you see the new episode of Mandalorian?
I did. I think they're doing a great job.
They all good?
yeah.
3 episodes now?
3
New
episodes.
season?
They do a lot of throwback characters. For a guy like me that loves the throwback characters,
They're all solid so far?
yes, I would say all 3 in this season is very good. Virginia, you would really like episode 2,
Would I?
but there is some controversy. Kevin, Baby Yoda did something in episode 2, and people are just outraged at Baby Yoda now.
Oh, really?
It's the dumbest.
People
shit.
really get into this, huh?
Yeah, they were putting people's comments. They're screenshotting their Twitter comments. I am a mother of 2, and this is unacceptable.
The outrage, huh?
The
outrage.
It made me laugh.
Yeah. Brendan, with a Disney Plus hack, he said a few months ago, I got a new iPhone, and with that, I was Apple to get a free year of Disney Plus. I think it changed it to Apple. That's what they do, right? Should have been able.
Able to get.
Yeah. Go figure your iPhone changes it to Apple.
The fix is in.
I have Verizon, but I forget it was the cellular service or through Apple. I got an email after the purchase, so look back if any of the fam got a new phone this past year. So I guess you're saying with Verizon? Okay, all right. A few months ago, I got a new iPhone. All right, well, there you go. Yeah, they're bundling a lot of that stuff together now. Because I think people are getting so like, okay, how many streaming services are there?
Right. And it's just overwhelming when you look and see I'm paying like 8 different whats.
They'll keep doing it, and people keep paying.
You're right.
Well, and I think they've done studies, and people do seem to have a threshold on when they're like, I'm going to tap out. And so I think they're maybe going to start using them as bartering chips to try to get, people in there for different services. So they'll try to offset the cost one way or the other, because I think it was like maybe 6 to 8 streaming services at the most people take, and most people have 4, I think it was. And then after a while, they're just like, forget it.
They just get burnt out on spending all that money.
Well, I think probably what you're going to realize, it's kind of where I am, where there's just so much stuff to watch.
You can't bring it all in your head.
Yeah, and so there are some services that are out there. Like for me, the Disney Plus, the only thing right now they got going, the reason why I'd have it is Mandalorian. And you got to ask yourself, am I going to pay? Add it up. How much should I be paying to watch this show? And would I sit down and pay that amount of money, plus deal with the hassle of trying to subscribe and then unsubscribe? Because you'll be done with The Mandalorian. You can binge it. I did last time in just 6 days.
Wow.
Yeah, I went through the whole season. So, 358 days of the year, I don't need Apple Plus or whatever, Disney Plus. And there's Apple Plus too. I don't need that either. So there you go. All right, well, thank you for trying to sort that out for us, because it is very confusing. So there you go. Jaybird puts his stamp on The Mandalorian. Go check it out on Disney Plus.
I really like it.
Anything else you want to add to us? You can send us those emails, mail@kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com. Everybody enjoy your Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.